The screen of my phone lit up at 2:17 a.m. with a single text that gutted me like a fish on the dock. "Hey handsome," it read, followed by a peach emoji and a heart. The number wasn't saved, but I knew it by heart. It belonged to Mark Brennan, the guy who'd shoveled our driveway every winter for 12 years, the one who'd stood next to me at our kids' graduation parties, the one whose wife Lisa still brought us homemade banana bread every Christmas. And the message wasn't meant for me. I sat on the edge of the bed in the dark, thumb hovering, afraid to scroll up. When I finally did, the air left my lungs in one ragged pull. Months of texts, photos, plans, inside jokes about our bench behind the old water tower. A selfie of my wife Claire, wearing the red lace bra I'd bought her for our 30th anniversary, taken in Mark's basement while Lisa was at work. 32 years. 2 kids. 1 mortgage. A million tiny memories stacked like bricks, and in one swipe they crumbled into dust. I didn't scream. I didn't throw the phone. I just stared at the ceiling until the numbers on the alarm clock blurred. My chest felt scooped hollow, like someone had reached in and yanked out everything that made me a husband, a man, a person who still believed in forever. Morning came gray and merciless. Claire hummed in the kitchen, flipping pancakes the way she had every Saturday since 1998. She wore the same faded college sweatshirt, hair in a messy bun, looking exactly like the girl I'd married at 24. I stood in the doorway watching her and wondered how many mornings she'd come home, showered off his scent, and kissed me with the same mouth that had whispered someone else's name. "Coffee's ready, babe," she said, smiling over her shoulder. I couldn't speak. My tongue felt glued to the roof of my mouth. I walked past her, poured a mug, and let it burn my hand because the pain felt honest. That week I became a ghost in my own house. I followed her routines like a detective and a corpse at the same time. I noticed the new passcode on her phone, the way she angled the screen away at dinner, the faint bruise on her collarbone shaped like a thumbprint. Every discovery was another twist of the knife, but I kept smiling, kept saying I love you, because I needed her to feel safe enough to hang herself. I started small. A printed screenshot left on Mark's windshield under his wipers. Nothing dramatic, just the peach emoji text with a post-it that said, "Thought you'd want to remember this one." Then Claire's phone buzzing non-stop while she grocery shopped, her face going the color of milk when she saw whatever Lisa had finally been sent. I wish I could say revenge tasted sweet. It didn't. It tasted like copper and shame. Friday night the whole town poured into the community center for the annual Harvest Moon dance. Claire begged me to go. "We never go out anymore, Dan, please." So I put on the same blazer I'd worn to our daughter's wedding and drove us there in silence. Inside, fairy lights twinkled like nothing was wrong. People clapped me on the back, asked about my tomatoes, told me how lucky I was to have Claire. Mark stood by the punch bowl in his stupid plaid shirt, laughing too loud. Lisa wasn't with him. Halfway through the night the microphone screeched. Someone, me though no one knew it yet, had cued a slideshow on the big screen behind the band. The first photo appeared. Claire and Mark, arms around each other, timestamped 3 weeks ago. Gasps rippled outward like rings in a pond. Claire's martini glass slipped from her fingers and shattered. Mark went white. I just stood there, hands in my pockets, feeling 32 years drain out of me onto the hardwood floor. The room exploded, shouts, crying, someone yelling, "Turn it off." But the pictures kept coming. Texts. Hotel receipts. The final one. Claire's own words from June. "I've never felt more alive than when I'm with him." I finally looked at her. She was shaking her head, mouthing my name, tears carving mascara rivers down her cheeks. For 1 second I almost crossed the floor and held her, because that's what you do when the person you love most is breaking. Muscle memory is cruel. Instead I walked out. The cold October air hit my face like salvation. Behind me the music had stopped. I could hear Lisa screaming Mark's name, raw and animal. Car doors slammed. People would talk about this night for decades. I drove home alone, windows down, letting the wind rip the tears off my cheeks before they could fall. When I pulled into our driveway the porch light was on, same as always, because Claire still left it burning for me even when she was burning everything else down. I sat in the truck until dawn, keys in my lap, wondering if hate and love can occupy the same heart at the same time. They can. God help me, they can.